What's up, guys? Reggie here, back at it again, and today we have a versus battle, as you see from the title. Versace Eros versus Versace Eros Flame. And I like both of these fragrances a lot, but we're gonna find out which one's better. And yeah, and actually I uploaded a video, a short video actually, doing this a scent of the day type of review, and I felt really like inspired, and I really kind of just wanted to do that. And since I actually own this one, and I actually own this one too, but for this video I'm not gonna include it. Eros Najim, I'll probably do some other video on it. But yeah, and if you're also wondering, yeah, I did end up switching the caps on this one because I find it to be more matchy, like, because this one came with this one, and to me, like, call me crazy, but this one looks better like on this bottle, right? But anyways, before I get sidetracked and just talk about some random stuff, but yeah, like, I'll probably even get Versace Eros Energy, and we'll do like a top 4, I guess. But anyways, let's reel it back in. So this one is more of a laid back, versatile, chill type of fragrance, whereas this one is more of a loud, clubbing, date, cold weather, beast mode of a fragrance. And like I said, this one is more of a just casual. Well, it is more casual, but at the same time, it's got that depth to it that makes it also wearable in like some sort of events, if you can. But then again, like, if you want to wear a cold weather fragrance in hot weather, you can also do that. To each their own, but you do you. Ideally, it's recommended to, of course, wear that specific type of fragrance because they were designed for that type of like, I guess, year, station, or whatever you call those. But yeah, it's like, imagine wearing slick tires in snow weather. Like, ideally, like, it's recommended for you to wear snow tires, but if you want to wear them, it means that's to each their own. But yeah, like I said, you paid for the fragrance and you decide. But yeah, this one is more of a fresh, citrusy, and it's just really beautiful, man. Like, this fragrance is just a really, it's just a super laid back, versatile version of this one. And I remember when this one came out, as I mentioned in my YouTube short, that a lot of people, like even me, like, I thought this would be some sort of like tobacco warm spicy powerhouse with like some sort of cinnamon, but it's not, and of course, like, a thing that's like super known in the fragrance community is like, when you look at a bottle, even before you smell it, just by looking at the color of it and the way that it looks, like, you pretty much get an idea, because like all fresh fragrances are like blue, right? Like, clean, they're mostly, like I said, blue, right? And this is actually another one. When this one, y'all thought like it was gonna be some crazy spicy scent, but it's not. But yeah, this one right off the bat, it's citrusy, fresh, peppery. It's just really beautiful, and it's not as sweet as this one. It does have sweetness. It actually does have some sweetness, but it's not like this type of sweetness. And I don't know if this type of sweetness that this has is like some sort of like syrup, because I didn't really look into that very well, because a lot of the YouTuber or like Instagram influencers, they'll tell you like that it has this, but 95% of people can't even pick that up, and they probably 100% don't even pick that up as well. They just say because that's when they do their little research. But that's why I always try to do this types of reviews, because I always try to want to mention the dominant notes. For example, for this one, I find Madagascar pepper, mandarin orange, Kenoto, pepperwood, and vanilla. So like I said, these are the most dominant notes that I pick up the most. And these are the notes that you will most likely, if you have some sort of knowledge in breaking down the fragrance notes, you will pick these up and identify them. So yeah, it's just really good. It feels a bit minty because it's got that, pepper, citrusy fresh. It's just a really beautiful scent, man. And then moving on to this one, hopefully I don't miss the atomizer. Okay, good. So this one only has three notes that I find to be the most dominant, which is green apple, vanilla, and mint. And it, like, nonetheless, it's still amazing fragrance. And one of the things is, like, there's so many, of those like big creators and reviewers or whatever you want to call them. Like, they'll tell you that if you want to get compliments, go for this one, and this one is just boring because it's fresh and it smells like just like any other fragrance. But that's not true, because if you know one thing about fragrances and how people smell them and how they like them, most people like fragrances like this, especially women. They find fragrances like this to be super fresh, inoffensive, citrusy, and they are really, really hard to hate on. And like I said, this one is more of a person who is good at doing a lot of things, but doesn't particularly excel in one thing, but he kind of knows a lot of things, right? And this one is more of a person who only knows how to do one or two things, but that person's really good at. So that's kind of like a decent analogy to kind of put it. But to kind of conclude the video now, which one do I recommend and which one do I prefer? Well, honestly, you can't, like I said, you can't go wrong with these, but I would take Eros Flame, because I can wear this one all throughout the year, whereas this one I have to wait for colder weathers or some sort of clubbing type of stuff to make use of it. But then again, like I said, there's people who wear fresh fragrances in cold weathers and vice versa, but don't be that guy wearing like 1 million in the like 90 plus weather, because your people are gonna hate you. So yeah, like I said, you can wear them whenever you want, but ideally, it's recommended. But this one is just really, it's just like I said, it's not that I'm not amazed by it. It's just really good at doing what it does, but that's about it. It doesn't really do anything else, and this one pretty much can do anything. And like I said, it's versatile, it's fresh, citrusy, crowd pleasing, long lasting, and affordable. And in that aspect, this one does it too. But the fact that this one is most likely to offend and trigger someone's like allergies, um, it's less crowd pleasing. And even though a lot of YouTubers state that this one gets you way more compliments than this one, that's not true. I've had so many people smell this one, and so many people like smell this one too, like side by side, and they always tell me this one takes it. Why? Because like I said, it's just easier. It's just a more likable type of fragrance. It's inoffensive, smells good, it will do you good, and like I said, it won't harm anyone. But yeah, if you do not own these, I would probably recommend this one if you have some clubbing fragrances. But if you don't have clubbing fragrances, I would recommend this one of these two. But then there's so many fragrances from different brands to choose from, so that's up to you to decide which one would you like, which one would you take. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. And it's been Reggie, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.